Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the time when I got into a bar fight. First of all, I just wanted to say that since it's summer break for me, I really have no excuse to not film much, so I'm going to try my best to film as much as possible. Okay, so anyways, this story took place on this just past St. Patrick's Day. And pretty much, we went, and we is me, my husband Jacob, his brother, and then another friend, two other friends, decided to just go hit some bars, nothing too crazy. Jacob and I originally didn't even really have plans, but then we decided to because why not? And I hadn't ever really celebrated St. Patrick's Day, so I thought why not just go out and see what people do. So whatever, I went out with them and we went to a couple of bars, and then we wanted to go to this other bar, which is a pub. So by definition, a pub would definitely be full of people, but we thought, let's just try. So we had separated with his brother and his friends, so we had to get in line to get in while they were already inside. So Jacob and I were in line, and there was a guy in front of us, and there were like thousands of people behind us. Like, it felt like thousands, it was probably just like 70 or 50, I don't know. But the line was not moving, and it was getting kind of frustrating just because, like, you have a buzz on, you've been drinking, the last thing you want to do is just kind of be standing in the street, you know? Especially in such a, like, it's a tight street, and obviously, you know, the line can't take out the whole street either, so we had to be in this, like, constricted space with all these people around. So we were in line, and I didn't really mind being in line, I just really wanted to get in. And there's a guy in front of us, and he's been standing there for a while, and then all of a sudden, this group of like 20 people goes up to him, and they know each other, and then they just pass in front of us. Like, they'd obviously planned this because it wasn't like,
oh hey, can we like cut the line?
And frankly, this really pissed me off. Usually I don't mind people holding a spot if it's just for a couple of people, but having 20 people that I didn't even think were all legal age pass in front of you and they all have to get their IDs checked, I was like, this is gonna add like 20 minutes. So I usually try to avoid confrontation for the simple fact that I'm here on a student visa, and if I get in an altercation with anyone, you know, like, I'm done. You know, like, the police has no time for that, they're not chill about it at all, and I know people who have been like sent back to wherever they're from because of it. So from the get-go I was like, I'm not gonna get, like, obviously I'm not gonna get violent, even if I might want to hit someone if they act a certain way, which this chick did, but anyways. So from the get-go I said, I'm not gonna be violent or even aggressive as much as I'm just gonna confront them, and you know, I'm apparently a confrontational person, so anyways, so I addressed one of the girls who's at the back of this group, and I was like, I sincerely hope you guys are not trying to cut right now. And they're like, oh no, we didn't cut, we've been here the whole time. And I was like, no, I've been here the whole time. You just drunkenly traipsed over here and passed in front of everyone. And it was funny because even the people behind me were backing me because they saw it too, and they were like, oh hell no. And so this girl was like, no, we've been in line the whole time. I was like, okay, you know, don't disrespect me to the point where you're gonna call me pretty much an idiot. She didn't call me an idiot, but I mean, the subtext is real if you think that I wouldn't notice a group of 20 people coming in front of me. And I was getting really annoyed, so Jacob calmed me down, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna drop it. I don't wanna have bad energy and like negative memories associated with this night, so let's just drop it, and whatever. So I was still annoyed, but I was like, okay, let's just leave this. And then this same girl that I said all of this to was obviously drunk, or either drunk or tipsy or out of her mind in some way, because she had the blank stare that drunk people give you when you talk to them, but I think the whole group was, so there was not even anyone I could turn to be like,
hello, like, control your friend.
And like I said, it was a tight sidewalk, and it was very compact space, so we were all kind of crushed together. And she starts leaning on Jacob, like drunk people would lean against a wall, right? And so, as much as I understand what it's like to be drunk, you just cut in front of me with your 20 pals. Why don't you just lean on one of them, for example? I don't know. And for a second, I'm just like, okay, maybe she lost her balance and she's trying to kind of, you know, you can get like vertigo-ish kind of when you're drinking a lot. But she would not straighten up, stand up like a normal person, lean on one of the 20 people that came with her. So at one point I was like, okay, can you not lean on my fiance like that? Because we weren't married back then, but I was like, can you not lean on him like that? Like, it's rude to just be all over someone like that. I mean, apart from the fact that, you know, when girls are drunk, or when anyone's drunk, it's just kind of like they tend to be flirtatious and kind of provocative. But apart from that, it's just like, no matter who she was leaning on, even if it was just a friend, I'd probably be like, dude, stop. That's not cool. I'm not your armchair. I mean, Jacob was in her armchair. So this girl gets super defensive immediately when I specifically just said, don't lean on him pretty much, which, I mean, you're in the wrong, so I don't know what there is to be pissed off about. But she's just like,
oh girl, you're so fucking jealous. Like, I'm not gonna steal your man.
and I was like, what? I was like, first of all, you can't steal my man, but that's another story. And second of all, I'm just like, it's just rude. Like, we're already in line, we already let you cut. Like, come on, just be a normal human and chill and go lean on a fucking wall, on a person. I don't care, but stop leaning on him like a fucking slug on a rock. And then she gets really riled up, and her friends had been listening, obviously, because we were all so close. And then a guy in the group, like I think the guy that was standing in line, I'm pretty sure he was the only guy there, comes and he's like, guys, calm down, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, look, I'm completely calm. I let you guys cut. Now just tell your friend to step back and we're good, okay? Just do that for me. And, you know, I really did a pretty good job of controlling my temper, because my tendency is not to get violent, but it's to remove the person from leaning on me. The same way that if someone's leaning on you, you'll not push them, but just like, yeah, just like get them off you, you know, like that's not weird. And Jacob didn't say anything specifically because she was a girl, and he didn't want to, I guess it's this whole thing of being politically correct and how like some girls will immediately say like he hit me or something, and also he's less confrontational than me, so he didn't really want to get involved and have like a whole thing happen, but that happened anyways. And so anyways, after the guy tells us to chill, I was like, tell her to move then, and she pretty much started like screaming insults at me, and then the dude was pushing her back to be like, come on, let's just go over here. And then out of nowhere, she comes out with her hand and like slaps Jacob in the face, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna throw you back into the gutter where you belong, because that is just so past the line, you can't even see it. And so I go towards her to just merely push her back from mine and Jacob's face, because she was in our face, and I was like, look, I did not get violent, I did not raise my hand, this is ridiculous. And then the bouncer comes, and I would have gone to him before, but like I said, the line was impossible to get by, and especially because everyone was like, oh my god, are you kidding? So I didn't want to get into fights with anyone else. So the bouncer comes, and I'm like, this chick just fucking hit him, blah, 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 and he was like, oh yeah, everyone's drunk, something, as if that was an excuse anyways. I was like, yeah, because you're drunk, it means I, forgive everything? But anyways, yeah, and after that, like, the people in line behind me were saying that she was, like, fucking crazy and stuff, which, I mean, yes. But yeah, that was the time that I got into a bar fight, and let me know what you thought of this story time. If you want to subscribe, do it. I have other story times, and I'll probably be posting more, and yeah, thanks for watching.